What's up everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Sebastian and today at Massive Sound Productions we check out this natural beauty from Ashwood guitars. I can't tell you how much I was looking forward to this guitar, the Ashwood Valkyrie, and doing a review of it. So I have to apologize in advance if this might be a longer one this time. Ashwood is a guitar company which was founded in 2022 by a good friend of mine, Hermann, together with Peter, which we both know since quite a while, who is a fantastic luthier and originally does custom builds under his own label PK Guitars. I would probably call Hermann the brain of Ashwood, who not only did the original design of the Valkyrie, but also does the whole marketing, is the direct contact person and takes care of the clients. Whereas Peter is mostly in the background and does most of the luthier work. I was lucky to get to know Hermann in 2020. We met each other in the PRS Facebook group and quickly realized that we both have a similar passion for guitars. Hermann told me about his idea to do custom guitar builds with an own design, own wood and hardware, and the plan was to realize these custom guitars together with well-established luthiers. This was not only the starting point for my passion for custom guitars, but I would also see it as the unofficial founding date of Ashwood. During the whole COVID period, with all the different experiences Hermann and I made in our custom guitar projects, and from the different luthiers we had contact with, we realized what is really important for us when going on such a custom guitar adventure. This is not only a beautifully and perfectly made instrument, which plays and sounds amazing, but also a great customer support and custom build experience, where you get informed about the different steps on a regular basis. All of this now flows into the foundation of Ashwood and the first guitar shape, the Valkyrie. But now let's hear how it sounds in a full mix. I directly used the Valkyrie in the recordings of the newest song from my band Breath of Solace, which we will release in our EP hopefully around mid this year. For the guitar sounds, I used the Archetype Koshira and 14 NTS plugins by Neuro DSP. Bass and drums were programmed using Groove Bass by Submission Audio and Superior Drummer 3 by Toontrack, combined with some additional layer samples for the kick and the shells. Holy moly, what a guitar! When Hermann showed me the killer looking quilted sapele, which is a mahogany species, I directly knew I want this for my Valkyrie. I'm usually a huge sucker for nicely colored maple tops, but this is definitely something unique. To have some nice contrast to the brown reddish carved mahogany top and to bring the sparkle into the sound, I decided to go for a piece of beautifully flamed maple as bodywood, which is visually separated from the top with a thin veneer layer made out of wenge. The neck has a baritone scalings of 26.5 inch, a thickness of 20 mm on the 1st and 21 mm on the 12th fret, and is made out of tasty 9 layers of wenge, flamed maple and purple heart. It has carbon fiber reinforcements to improve its overall stability, even though the construction itself with its 9 wood layers glued together is already super stable. The fretboard is made of another piece of amazingly flamed maple, has 24 stainless steel Wagner frets, lumen lace side dots, a 16-inch fretboard radius and these unique aluminum-rimmed quilted sapele blocks, which give the whole guitar a super noble touch. For the finish of the Valkyrie, I choose a classic gloss which was perfectly polished. Lock and tuners and bridge comes from Hipshot, and together with the DiMarzio Titans are held in a shiny mixture of gold and chrome. Electronics I wanted to be as simplistic as possible, 5-way Schaller mega switch and volume with push-pull to bypass the volume control for an even more direct sound. Last but not least, the great looking cavity cover, which is held by magnets, is made of wenge and flamed maple. Let's come to the main part of my review and the question, where does the Valkyrie stand in respect of craftsmanship, sound, playability and overall look and feel compared to my other modern metal axes from my collection like my Marons, Skervesen, Jacksons and others. Since the time Hermann told me the guitar is ready for shipping, I was super curious and even a little nervous if all the high expectations I had would be fulfilled. Even if I had seen all the 3D renderings of my Valkyrie, I wasn't sure how much I would like the shape, how is the build quality, how does the neck and the body construction feels during playing, and how does it sound. Would I generally like it or not? So let's start by having a look at the design and overall construction. As you might know, I'm a total sucker for guitars with a thick and beautifully carved top like you have on a PRS or on a Marion's Regius Core. So this is something I already like a lot, and as you can see, the carving is done amazingly on the Ashwood Valkyrie. Also, the rest of the design is a blast in my opinion, and I would describe it as a very appealing mixture of a at the same time classic and modern guitar shape. Also important, the weight distribution of the Valkyrie feels very balanced, which is really important to me, as I can't get along with neck-heavy guitars. With its 3.2 kg, my Valkyrie feels just right. Due to its ergonomic body and especially due to the great neck-body transition and the shape of the neck, the Valkyrie plays like a dream and is absolutely on par with my favorite guitars in my collection. As both the neck as well as the body thickness can be customized, there shouldn't be a problem to find your own perfect setting. If you are a little unsure what fits best for your needs, just ask Hermann and he will help you in your decision making. Talking about customizations, even though the general shape is set, there's still a lot you can decide on next to the already mentioned things like the body or the neck thickness. You have full freedom about the wood choice, the coloring, fret inlays or the hardware, to mention the most important. As I generally don't need a tone control, I decided to leave it away, but instead wanted to have a possibility to bypass the volume control by a push-pull function, which gives an even more transparent, untouched sound compared to a fully cranked volume control. Coming to the craftsmanship, which was something I was probably curious the most. Would the first batch of guitars from Ashwood already be on a competitive level to the well-known brands in my collection, which are obviously much longer on the market? To keep it short, they are. As you might already know, I'm super critical and always expect on such expensive guitars nothing less than a spotless craftsmanship. The build quality on my Valkyrie is fantastic and at least on the same level as on my Ada or KD. My Jones, as the craftsmanship hero and therefore the masterclass reference, is still a tiny bit ahead, but not far away. The gloss finish, thread job, gluing of the different wood layers, soldering of the electronic, all was done perfect, and the attention to detail is great as well. I absolutely love the wooden cavity cover, which is held sturdy by magnets, the recessed output jack, or contrast wood layers like the one between the body and top, just to mention some. These might be only small things, but next to what you would expect is a standard, like a great sounding, playing and crafted instrument, this is exactly what I want to see on a professional guitar. In addition, the Valkyrie arrived with a perfect setup, a sensational low string height with no fret buzz and out of the box in a ready to rock shape at my place. But how do I feel about the sound of this beauty? With all the experience I made during my custom guitar builds, but also by owning a lot of stock guitars, I know pretty well which type of wood and hardware I need to choose to get an instrument which fits my liking. Of course, you can't plan ahead everything on something which is made out of natural components, and even though you decide, for example, to use mahogany as your main guitar wood, weight and sound can still differ a lot by how the tree has been grown. On the Valkyrie, I choose mahogany, maple and wenge as the main wood types to achieve a well-balanced overall sound with growling mids from the mahogany and enough bite coming from the maple and wenge. Like I said before, there's still an uncertainty how the combination of selected woods will sound, but I am super lucky with my choice, and honestly, my Valkyrie here is a beast, and with its super lively acoustical sound, surely one of the best sounding guitars I own. Actually, it sounds that great that I decided to use it not only for the latest Breath of Solace song, which you heard at the beginning of my review, but also for the rest of the EP. Due to the great natural sound of the Valkyrie, the installed Titans, which are my favorite DiMarzio pickups, have an easy job to bring the great sound of the Valkyrie onto the amp. A crucial point where quite some guitar companies and luthiers unfortunately don't do a great job is the customer support and the communication in general. As Hermann and I pretty often felt that this is something which could be improved, it's no surprise that Ashwood is doing an outstanding job here. The whole guidance, support and how you get informed about each step is exemplary. From super professional, detailed 3D renderings of your ordered custom, to regular picture updates about the build progress, up to a very responsive support in general, where you can expect super quick answers to any of your questions, the support is exceptional, and you always feel in competent and great hands. To round off the great impression, you receive with each of your custom a certificate of authenticity and a build sheet showing the specs and choices you made in all detail. So what is my final conclusion on my Valkyrie? As I have a personal connection to the guys from Ashwood, I was even more nervous than I usually am on how the guitar would turn out. And after more than 8 weeks of owning it, I'm happy and relieved to say that this is one of the very best axes I own and a super impressive start of a new guitar brand. From my point of view, it can compete with the very best guitars from other brands I was lucky to play or own, and if you are on the market for a modern guitar and an instrument for life, I can highly recommend having a look at Ashwood guitars and the Valkyrie. At this point, it probably also makes sense to mention that this is no sponsored review, and like everyone else, I had to regularly pay for this beauty. As I was still equally happy about my Valkyrie and how it came out after the first honeymoon phase, I had to order another one. My second one, which I'm looking forward to a lot, will get an Evertune system and is supposed to be my future #1 guitar for my studio work. So as soon as this will be finished, you will surely see it in some of my future videos as well. I hope you enjoyed my today's review of my beautiful Ashwood Valkyrie here, which in my opinion is a killer axe and where I'm still super impressed how it turned out and what you get as an overall package for the money you have to spend here. If you like my video today and you don't want to miss the upcoming ones, don't forget to support my channel by leaving a like or by subscribing. If you have any questions or want to share your thoughts with me, please leave me a comment. I appreciate your feedback a lot and always try to answer as soon as I can. So that's all for today. Thank you again very much for watching, and I hope to see you soon on my channel.